was quick, wasn't it? Just in time for this. Hello. How is everyone? I hope our sound is good. Hello, student. Always creative. Kino, Maria, Puddle, Nikki, Reagan. It's so nice to see everybody. Or actually see you typing. I can't really see you. Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm getting another window open so I can open
I
that.
can, yeah. Are you? Because just turn the sound off so you don't get reverb and we should be fine.
Yeah, I got it.
No?
It's always
It sounds like
one little second.
Sounds like they're coming to get you, though.
You hear that in the background? Dang it. I've got
I do.
headphones
but that's
on.
No, that's okay. It's not really that loud. If it becomes annoying, chat, please let us know and we'll see what we can do about it, okay?
Maybe I can live stream going to jail.
Oh, hi. Nikki said no pressure, Claire and the DoGood letters, but she's broadcasting this to her TV so her husband can watch it too. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we're avatars because you would be able to see our pores and right up our nose and everything like that. And that's just not right. But thank you. And hello, Nikki's husband. I hope you enjoy our ridiculous little take on this show. Because I think that JC and I are actually going to do Dukes here. I think we are. Because I was telling her how happy I was about it. And all she did was groan at me. She groaned at me.
Yeah, I did. I'm like, this is not... Yes, I guess technically the end was happy. This made me feel too many feelings and think too many thoughts, and I don't like that. And then it made me cry.
It did make you cry?
Yes.
Were they happy tears? Were they happy tears?
No.
Oh no, they weren't happy tears.
It made me think about death and die. Like, I guess maybe probably every Black Mirror episode should make us think that, but I think it's just so shocking and sometimes gory. I don't get into the emotional feelings of it. I just get into the, man, that's fucked up. Man, that's messed up. That's messed up. But this one, I felt feelings and I didn't like it. I don't know.
You mean you had, instead of being terrorized by cyber assassons or dogs that are relentless or just nefarious psychopathic bullshit and technology going amok. Right. So
I'm a psychopath. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you at the ridiculousness that you were traumatized by emotional connection. Because that's all this video. That is all of this whole thing was about. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But was this not the most emotionally connected, feel good, emotionally connected? No, the lead characters were very connected. You could relate to them. You could see what is going. And I'm sorry. Who wouldn't want to go back to their youth forever if they could, into their favorite era, and just you're never going to die. You just get to have fun and relive it. And I know there's issues about it. Like, who are you leaving behind and who are you not going to see because it's new technology? I get that. But damn, if I could meet my partner in his prime, in his 30s, in our era, hell yeah, I'm there. Sign me up right now.
I don't think I would like my partner. And I don't think they would like me. I don't think we like each other.
But here's the thing. We could find out. You don't get those many kind of chances. It was mind-opening to me. I loved the idea. I did.
That's true. Here are the two things why I was like, it's a happy ending, but it's also a messed up ending, probably for the very obvious. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Never say never. I could probably... I love you, honey. If you're listening, you're probably not. He never listens to my stuff.
Right.
But, it's just not, Black Mirror is not his thing. But if I could, this sounds so horrible. We've been married for 16 years, okay? I love my husband. He loves me. I could leave him before I could leave my kids. And I understand the other, whether they're not going to San Junipero, which it only seemed to be one place, by the way. But if there was an even chance of the unknown, maybe I would get to see my kids again. Maybe I wouldn't. But then I knew going to I keep saying San Junipero. I think it's San
It's
Junipero.
it's Junipero. Yeah, I had to say it like a million times, but I'm
But
glad. Yeah.
if I knew definitely going there, I would. There's no chance in seeing my kids again. I don't care how in love I am. Nope, I could not.
Yeah,
I
but
could not do it.
your children are younger than you, so there would be the chance that they could join you there again.
No, but she said her child was deceased. So
her child was deceased and is supposedly, if you believe, her child would be in heaven, right? And that was her husband's issue, that he didn't want to go because he wanted, right. But
peace out. Then I'm
I'm
going to
so
heaven with my kid, or hell,
okay.
wherever.
And
I'm hanging out with my kid.
and I do understand that those that believe would have that quantum. I don't have it because I don't think I'm going to be seeing anybody up there.
Right.
Not that I'm going anywhere else. I just don't think I'm going anywhere. Don't misread that. I don't think I'm going to hell, even if I'm a naked bear. That's not what I'm saying.
You are for making me watch this episode.
No, I thought you would be more upset about the getting their heads blown off and all of that. But no, you're upset because they made. I understand now. I understand, and I'm sorry for the emotional trauma I've inflicted on you about this question. But for me, it didn't exist. So I guess that's why for me this was much more relaxed of an episode. I thought the concept of being able to go visit for 5 hours a week just to see if you like it. I mean, would you at least do that?
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Well.
Oh, yeah? To go play in the best, come on, girl, to go play.
Be super tempting to like.
Go play in the best body you ever had. I mean, let's face it, between the 20 and the 30s. I mean, we all looked pretty damn good, right? Would not everybody say that that's like kind of our physical prime?
Remember that for that.
Yeah. Or to have your pre-baby body, let's put it that way. Like, and to go back in time and be able to go out and dancing and partying and go to the beach and just have fun. I don't want, and yet they did allude that that's not all there was to it. I mean, the girl had a beach house. There are roads. There are places to travel and see, but we don't get to see any of that.
Yes.
I mean.
And I am jumping ahead, but the very last scene, when they're putting their consciousness into the little holes matrix style, you see that San Junipero was just one section. Like, that's not the only place that they could choose, I'm assuming. You didn't see the names of the other places. But why would that be sectioned off and it have its own number assigned to it if there weren't more? It was like 5,000 something.
And then you could tell that at the end of the episode when you see that wall of computer where all the buttons and just the ones that are abbreviated Tucker are that bar. But then you see the whole columns and the whole thing going down with all the lights, and you realize there are millions upon millions of these buttons which relate to the controls for this alternate reality that they're in, right? And, this was the only non-dystopian episode that Black Mirror ever did. It's futuristic, but non-dystopian. It's not apocalyptic or anything like that.
Maybe and I his feelings that time or something when he made this episode.
I understand that. Always grateful if you had that opportunity. I know you would do that. I would do it also. It is just that would be like a blessing, right? That would be like another chance. And Nikki, I'm sorry, I do forget that some people are still in their banging bodies between the age of 20 and 30. I'm not right now, but
bragging about it, lady.
I know, Nikki, gotta rub it in, you hot one. Like, that's not right. But it's okay. We understand. I would brag too if I was, hey, I might even be up here full nude if I was. Who knows?
Might not just be an avatar then, right?
Exactly, but still.
I totally see. I'd go visit for sure. If I knew there were people there, like I'd love to go meet my grandparents that I never met because they passed away before I was born. And I don't want to feel things. No, baseball. I don't want to have feelings. I don't want to do it. I don't want to cry. No. It made me think too much.
This one made you think too much. Okay, about life and death and the afterlife.
Yes.
And
Are you so shocked? Are you like, what is this chick? Like this
no,
one?
I'm really not shocked because I know you, so I can understand. I really, because I know you, I could understand why this one would get you, and yet you can understand why, like Cyber Assassin Bees got me. Because,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
it's like, you know,
I mean, those are messed up. They didn't make me cry though. This one just like,
I
I
know,
don't
and
know.
you know what?
Mhm.
But I'm a crier. I would. At the end, I was just happy that they got together, and there was a happy. I mean, come on, chat. This was a happy ending. Finally, Charlie gave us a happy ending. It did make us think, but didn't you think the ending was happy?
Yes, it was a happy ending for sure. But then it also like it made me mad too. I'm like, well, you left your daughter and your husband, you know. But I completely get. I guess I'm not thinking
No.
from a different perspective, right? I think
Right,
there's an afterlife, but I'm
right.
not thinking for people that believe differently. But
And here's
even
the
that, I mean, I don't want to sit here and harp too much on religion, but I'm not one of these people. Like, yes, I'm a Christian. Yes, I believe there's heaven. I guess there's a hell. But it's like, still, I've never seen it before. I totally get why people question stuff, and I totally get and am willing to admit I could be wrong. Guess we'll find out when I'm dead. So
yeah,
it
yeah,
makes me like, holy crap, what if it's not real? What if it's not?
mhm,
You know what I mean? I mean, I go through that
yeah.
stuff every few years anyway.
Well,
I
well,
think
here's the
any
thing.
reasonable person would. So
Mhm.
now you made me think again. I don't want
I don't know.
to.
You don't want to think. I'm sorry. Oh God. Oh, I've been accused of making JC think.
How
I think
rude.
I know, but you know what? I'll take it because if I ain't making you think, I ain't doing my job because that's what I like to make
Your
everybody do.
job
So
is
think away.
horrible.
I got a horrible job. I want you all to think about all kinds of shit, like all the time. Think about it. Just think. But here's the thing. If you took religion out of it, let's take heaven and hell out. Can we
Sure.
do that?
Absolutely.
Can you think of any other reason that the husband would not want to go to San Junipero?
N- Not completely, other than, which I don't think this would make me not want to do it, but you have to put your trust in whomever is doing the upkeep on your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we haven't been forced to think in other episodes, someone can stick you on a teddy bear forever and you're lonely. You know what I mean? So
Oh, the tinfoil
who
hat. You still, you know what? You don't have me with that
tinfoil
one.
hat, that's an episode. Do you not remember that episode,
I
girl?
do, but they did not put anything in those teddy bears. They were just teddy bears.
No, not that one. No.
Oh,
The
oh,
one what is the
we
name
didn't
of it?
wait. We didn't do it yet, so
No,
don't.
we haven't done it yet. No.
Yeah. All right, so don't
Just
tell me.
remember the teddy bears. Just remember. Remember how you'd feel seeing your partner with someone else for eternity and never be able to do anything about it.
Okay. Listen, I I was thinking that because he lost his child and he still lived, he didn't think he deserved to be happy like that. The thought of losing a child while you are a parent, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't want
thinking
to think
that
about
might
it.
be it. Yeah, I don't want to think about it either. But I was
Like, who
thinking that
does? That would
I
be a
was
true psychopath.
right. I was thinking he was punishing himself for still being alive. So of course he wouldn't
Yeah,
go over there and have fun. And that he was that's what they were arguing about, that she wanted to move on, because that happens with couples when these tragedies happen. One wants to stay and
yeah,
punish
you're
themselves, and
right.
one wants to move on because they are living. So he was not living even while he was
Even
alive.
when he
So
was alive. Yeah,
right. And so I took heaven and hell out of it. To be honest, because of where I am in my life, heaven and hell never even came into my mind. It
right.
was more it was more the dynamic between being parents and the loss of a child, and that's where I thought he was coming from. And it was more Kelly saying, I have mourned, I have suffered, we deserve to be a little happy, let's go. Like we can move
Right.
from this lifetime into another lifetime. Like, we did our time over here. We suffered. We stayed together. We mourned. We did what we had to. Now it's our time to move forward and enjoy. And he didn't want to move. And I could see that happening all the time with couples, like without San Junipero.
Right.
So
I mean, it does happen. Like, right? Unfortunately, you see a lot, especially when a child passes away young, especially if it's something when another parent was
mhm.
around. I don't even want to like speak things.
I
But
know.
let's
I'm
just say
sorry.
the parent
Yeah.
was around. No, but if it's a situation, well, where one parent, they don't want to say it and they really don't want to think it, but it's always kind of like, well, if I was there, that may not have happened. Like this
Right.
happened on your watch, so to speak. You
Yeah.
kind of see the marriage is not surviving that.
Right.
So
Right.
I get what you're saying. He wanted to
Right.
continue to punish himself. One parent had moved on and like grew,
Mhm.
like you said, and the other person was like, no, we can never forgive
Mhm.
ourselves. We can never
Mhm.
move on.
And that happens in the dynamics of relationships at all time, especially when you go through tragedies and illness and
Mm-hmm.
any kind of death related in the families and things. And so
Yeah.
that's where I looked at it. But good luck tomorrow, student. Thank you for stopping in, and please let us know how
Thank you,
everything
student.
goes. Okay. Um.
Yeah, I
Uh.
agree with always grateful. I don't think he
Mhm.
had a true trust in the technology. I think
Right.
that
And
had to be part of it
mhm.
as well.
Yeah. And then here's the thing, he wouldn't even go over. The reason I think it was more of punishing himself is he wouldn't even go over and see what it was like. Like, he wouldn't even try for his wife. They were together 49 years and he did not even want to try. And I agree always. I don't think he ever got over his grieving process for the daughter. That's where I'm coming from with it. I think that is the basis of his decision. He's still grieving. He's still punishing himself. He still feels guilty for being alive when his child is not, and that
Mm-hmm.
he's not going to extend that pain. Um, but that's just a thought. Someone else said bollocks, to that, like bullshit, because he could have ended his pain at any time, you know, if he was really suffering like that, like
Right.
during long. But some people don't get there. They don't think like that, and I get it. And I think he really wanted to. He was still punishing himself in some way,
I think so too. I
Yeah,
definitely think so.
but I don't blame Kelly for wanting to move on too. I mean, to have your life is a gift, right? To and
Correct.
and our children love us, and if anything happened, we want to think that our children would want us to live and carry on with the blessing of life that we have. It would be an honor. You consider the life and the breath that you have an honor, and
I
respect it
do.
and move forward. But it's hard because it's a complicated. Everybody looks at it a little bit different when those situations occur,
Right.
and neither one is right and neither one is wrong. They're
I
just
was just
approaching
going to
it.
say that I don't think there's a right or wrong answer in this situation.
Hmm.
It's just what you feel is best and what you prefer, because yes, it had a happy ending as well, but for me it was like definitely heavy on both happy and
Hmm.
sad. Like,
Okay, yeah. It is very, but let's explore that part.
I
Here
don't
you
want
got two, yeah.
to.
No, the happy part. We're
Oh,
gonna leave
okay.
the child and the husband.
No,
We're
I don't want
leaving
to
them.
leave the child. That's the whole point.
No, well, that's it. Well, then we're going to
I'm
have to,
just being
because we are
silly.
going to talk about the romantic dynamic of these two. And
Yeah.
here you had the young one, Yorkie, who never experienced life. She became a
Ever.
paraplegic at 21. Well, I won't say she
Oh,
didn't experience life. She could talk, she could think, she could express opinion, and
true.
and she could learn and grow. She just was never out of that bed physically. She didn't explore physicality
Not
in
as an
life
adult, really, because you're
as
just
an adult,
really
because
becoming an
she
adult at
became
21.
right
Started.
at 21. So she was a virgin. She wasn't married yet. She didn't have a great romance. She didn't have any of these things. She had just come out to her parents as being gay or thinking she was
Mm-hmm.
gay, and then this happened. Okay. So she never got to explore any of that. Then you have Kelly, who's been married for 49 years and
Right.
has a
She didn't have
child, but
experiences.
and she's had experience, but she has always considered herself bisexual, but never explored that part of her.
Right.
So this is where, it gets a little to where I got happy about it, because here you are, two people that finally got a chance because of this technology to explore something they thought they were missing out of in life. And isn't that the point? That's what San Junipero is all about. Why would you go back in time to a good era in your life, in your good condition, and
Right.
as a young body, to do the things you regret you didn't do, to take the chances and explore the
That is true.
opportunities
I think we would
you
all do
never.
that. I
Yeah,
mean, again, Nikki, some of us aren't in our prime,
we're
okay?
not as hot as Nikki, but we probably would be in San Junipero. I mean, I'd love to meet you all there. Would that be like so
Let's all
cool?
go to the beach, man.
Yeah, it would be. Let's go to
Let's play some
Tucker's.
pinball. I love pinball.
Yeah. No, no, I love pinball too, actually. But that was the point, just to have a redo. In what age,
Yes.
whatever age, have a little bit of a redo, and also to explore nostalgia. Now there are great, they talked about this. That is therapy for Alzheimer's. That is therapy for
Yes.
dementia. That is
Like,
therapy for
especially the
all types of
music from
divergencies.
the same
Hmm.
era. It playing music that whatever the patient with Alzheimer's grew up with, or in their prime. It's definitely therapeutic for sure. I am so sorry, Ted Franks, that you have not seen Black Mirror yet.
Oh,
That is
I'm
the biggest
telling them where to
tragedy
find
of
it.
this night.
That is it. That's more
Oh, I was
tragic
gonna
than
say
the life
too,
and death thing, I think.
always grateful. I hope you would be proud of me. I didn't notice a lot of heavy symbolism, okay? But I did see the foreshadowing in the arcade game that the guy was playing at first with the
Yes.
car game, and she's
Hmm.
like, "Nope, don't want to play that one." There was something else too. I think. Oh well, the first time that she and Kelly, can't remember the character's name.
Hmm.
Yorkie and Kelly were driving
Yep.
down the road in the car and almost hit
Hmm.
the car, and she like freaked out. And
Yep.
of
Because
course,
it
when
was a
you're
red
first
car,
watching
right?
this, even though you may think it's foreshadowing, you don't really know because you don't know what's going on. You think these people are alive in real reality, so you're like, why
Yes.
wouldn't somebody be
It
afraid of
goes
getting hit by a
halfway
car?
through the episode before
Yeah.
we get to the part that we actually know what's going on.
Yes,
Like all the songs,
I
like
heard
"Girl
that
in a
too.
Coma" and
I
all that other.
did.
I'm
I
like, oh
caught
my
it.
god,
I
you
caught
did.
that. Always grateful. I did.
Did
I
you
was
get
so
the
proud
Did
of
you get the
myself.
Easter egg though? Did you get the Easter egg? I did. I'm so
Probably
proud
not.
of myself. I
What
read an
was it?
article. Always grateful. I did. I read a couple of articles. I read one there. Charlie Brooker actually had some things to say about
Oh,
this.
did he lie again this time?
No, but he was very they were very like blase blase, but they were like, we didn't want to make the LGBTQ relationship like a big deal, and at the same time like they made it a big deal kind of thing, like that. But still.
That's all it was.
Yeah, it was stuff like that. But it was kind of weird. He's a little full of himself actually. I got annoyed with him because I was so happy that he gave me a break. And then he like talked
Just
like an ass
wore
in the
you right
interview.
back down, didn't he?
Yeah, it was like, Charlie, you really don't want me to like you, and I love you, and this is terrible. You spend all your time trying to make me hate you. It's terrible. It's
That
a
only
personal
makes sense
fantasy
that
with
something
Charlie.
like
Yeah.
this would be a super arrogant person. I mean, he is. This
Oh,
stuff is kind of brilliant.
all
So
right. For first, I'm going to put up this very nice compliment because thank you, Nikki. I mean, women love to hear this stuff. And here you go, JC. Y'all are beautiful at any age, ClaireSBear and the Do Good letters.
you almost said
Naked
it
or
again, and
not,
I heard it.
naked or not, garlic infused or not, we're just beautiful. That's a very
Thank
nice.
you, darling. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, Ted, there are 5 seasons, but there's only 3 or 4 episodes in each season, and they're only an hour long, and we're hopping around. So you start anywhere you want. On my channel, there's a playlist of all the episodes of the ones we covered so far. So, and we'll tell you what the next one's going to be, maybe if JC has made up her mind by the end of
And
this show.
right,
Yeah.
I
And you
tend to
could
do that
start with the
too.
one we're going to cover next week, Ted, and then you could be a fan, and you could come every week and talk about it with us.
And
Just
you will not be lost if you just start anywhere. If you're
right.
familiar at all or have ever heard of the Twilight Zone, and that every
Hmm.
episode is different and a standalone episode, it's very
Hmm.
similar to that, but with like way more technology and gore and
Exactly.
crime.
And they're all standalone, kind of like the old Twilight Zone. So you don't have to worry where you start. And oh, Jackie, hi. I didn't see you pop in. Thank you very much for being here. And hello, Tina. Welcome. Um, We're just gonna keep on kind of just going through this, but I will now tell you about the Easter egg that I found. Okay.
Yes.
You know how sometimes they always refer to the Riverdale, there's all that rumor about it going back and forth and back and forth in Riverdale.
No.
Well, there was a Riverdale episode where somebody got on a bus to get away from somebody and they went to San Junipero. Okay. And then in San Junipero, there is also one that has something. It's the guy who got on that bus to go San Junipero is in Tucker's. He's in one of the scenes. He's there. He's one of the characters. Yeah. So there you go. Also.
Yeah, I've never seen Riverdale.
Also, the way the place is titled, they say, what is it named after? San Junipero. There are references in other episodes. I forget the name. I researched this and then I went and forgot the name.
There's so much detail in Black Mirror everywhere.
No, so. but the bear was clever enough to keep it up. Okay. So if you go into Bandersnatch, okay, that is where everything's in the 80s, okay? And in that episode, they talk about the hospital, Saint Juniper, okay? And that one of the people from the episode in Black Museum, they talk about, you can look in Black Museum and you can see Yorkie's and Kelly's clothes in the Black Museum episode. And in the 1980s, in it's either in Bandersnatch or the one after that there's a guy there who's working on the technology. He's actually works at the St. Juniper Hospital working on reality infused technology for people with memory issues and for the elderly there. For nostalgia therapy, okay, or something like that. So that was the Easter eggs for those. And I messed it up, but I was kind of proud of myself for like 2 seconds there. But
I'm proud of you because I didn't know any of it.
Yeah, I did. Because I was actually happy that this episode didn't make me cry. I went to sleep thinking about.
I took it for you. I took the crying for you.
I went to sleep that night thinking about 30-year-old hot bodies that I would want to meet in their prime and have a redo, or, just being introduced to people I met now when I'm older.
Crying, thinking I'm my kid and questioning my religion, no big
deal. Well, that's what makes everybody, different. You know what I mean? Like it makes them.
I'm definitely different.
Yeah.
Again. Leaving kids behind in a dystopian robot dog world and white bears, no big deal.
But so if it didn't have anything to do with that, if you did get a chance to have a redo, even just 5 hours a week, can you imagine just being able to? Let's say it's not limited to the elderly. Let's say it's not limited to any period of your time. Who would not want 5 hours of redo every week, even if it was just for yesterday?
Not even just redo. I would like to, say, go back to certain times and meet people, not necessarily Hitler or anything like that, but Anne Frank, or see my great grandfather and be like, hey, where'd you guys come from? What's up? What you do? And I would like to go to different time periods and see real people.
Right. Oh, so you would
stay there.
Okay. Yeah. I see. So you want to hook up with Doctor Who? The heck with this technology. It's you and Doctor Who and nothing else, right?
This may come it is. As a shock. I have attempted to watch Doctor Who. It's super confusing, and I'm very disappointed because normally people who like Doctor Who, they're my kind of people and like the same shows and movies that I like, but for some reason I just don't get it. I think I have to watch it with someone who can explain it to me.
No, I think you only need to watch
travel, and I know there's doctors, but I don't get
there is. And I would recommend, and don't come for me, people, it's just personal opinion here, and I am a Doctor Who fan, and so is many of my nieces and nephews and just about my whole family and my friends.
Nice.
They are friends and they do like Doctor Who a lot, but I personally only recommend the David Tennant episodes. Just stay with those seasons, because anything before or after is just crazy. It's insanity.
Are you
Yeah.
saying fighting words? I need to be prepared.
I don't know, but David Tennant, come on. I mean, he's funny, he's snarky, he's a good act.
I do
And
like
those
some.
episodes were good. Yeah.
I do like some good snark. That's for sure. Hey, you are
Well,
getting
yeah.
a compliment from Always Createful, the
I,
all-knowing, the
oh,
all-seeing in symbolism.
oh, she said good catch. Thank you. I
Mm-hmm.
wish I could take full credit for it, but I read it in an article. So I did catch the article though. I found the article
Hey, there you
always.
go.
But I didn't catch it. But here's the thing. I watched the episode closely enough to know what they were talking about, which is also very good for me because I have to watch it a couple of times to get all the subtle nuances, you know. Like I don't
Right.
catch it right away. Um all of the big things because I'm paying attention to the character and this and that. Like, it's not uncommon for me not to know what color a vehicle is that drives all over that they're in for like the whole episode. Like
Oh,
I would
same.
miss that it was red, like that's not uncommon for me. But this one I paid a little more attention to. And when I read the article, I knew exactly what they were talking about. And
Yeah.
remember when all right, here's the other thing. Remember when they were talking at the pinball machine and he said he used the past tense, like this was the first time this
I
technology was used in
did
this machine.
notice that. And I think I even
Yep.
had the subtitles on too in a conversation. I think it was a conversation that Kelly and Yorkie had when they were outside in the rain that first night they
Uh-huh.
met. And she
Right.
said something about this would have been what you did when you were alive, or something.
Right.
Something that if you didn't catch it, you would think that
It you
she was
don't
saying
think
present tense, but she
right.
didn't. She talked
Yeah.
as if lived
Right.
lived instead of living or something like
Right.
that. Can't remember what it
Because
was. But I'm
because
like,
it goes
ooh, I got it.
right, but it goes by so quick, just like at the pinball machine. That could have
Yes.
been an accurate statement at any time anyway, because you don't know if there
Very
another
true.
machine came out. You don't like, so they're trying to say that was a big clue. And I was talking with someone else, and they said, "Hell no, they weren't even talking in like past or present tense. That could have been true no matter when that statement was made,
Yeah.
because that pinball." It was the first one that had double whatever. Doesn't mean there
Mm-hmm.
was one that came after. It just means it just came out and it's the first one. Period.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was a different ending for one or two players. I do think that was foreshadowing though of um what the whole episode was about. I did
Uh,
catch that. Not the technology thing and like the past tense living or whatever. But he
mm-hmm.
said, did you know this was the first game that has a different ending, whether it's one or two players? And I'm like,
Yeah.
of course it does. Because I've
Yep.
already seen this episode. But were you not
Mm-hmm.
confused like the very first time? This is both
Yeah.
mine and Claire's second, third, fourth, whatever time watching this
Yeah.
episode. But the first
So
time, I'm
this,
like, please tell me what's going on. I know something
right,
is
right.
not
Yeah.
reality. Like, what is
Mm-hmm.
going on? It was so confusing. I just wanted to know so I could enjoy the episode.
Mm-hmm. For Jackie and Tina, they're on Netflix. It's on Netflix. There's 5 seasons. If you're in a different country like the UK or in Australia, you may have different Netflix, but I think a couple of the seasons are on there. On my
This is the
channel,
happiest episode is San
yeah,
Junipero. The rest
yeah,
are
yeah, all right.
not.
They're little, but there is a playlist of the ones we've already covered. If you want to do them that way, they're standalone episodes, so you don't have to watch them in order. We're jumping around all 5 seasons to
I
whatever
think
we
we're
want to watch,
creating a Black
and
Mirror army here. I
I
think
think
that's
we
what we're
are. And
doing.
even though Charlie Brooker, who is the creator of this season, is absolutely trying to torture me and turn my head around every chance he
I
gets.
tried to tell you. I tried to tell you a couple weeks ago. He's a
Yeah,
liar.
I guess I love confusing men though. I don't know. I don't know. As far as
It's a whole
creative
other speed
artists,
session.
not as a man in my life, just as a creative artist, I guess I like that. I wouldn't
Fair
want
fight.
anything to do with this crazy dude, to tell you the truth. But anyway, Charlie said that they have tossed around ideas about doing a sequel for this episode because so many have asked, and he said that they would do it entirely different though. So that made me curious. That's what he said in the article too, that there was many people who wanted it to go further, and he goes, "Why? Like where? They're like, why? Like what would you want?" And that's what made me open it up to think, what if younger people, you could just get a 5 hour a week redo, just 5 hours a week to go back
Or
even yesterday or a week or a year or a
maybe
whole
he would
generation.
do an entirely different ending with one player.
Maybe.
Boom.
Boom. There you
He'd do
go.
the same thing, but make it have a different ending.
Yeah,
That
but
would
here's
piss some people off for sure.
and you know, before I want you to think, do you know what episode you're going to be doing next week by any chance?
Yeah, I believe it's called White Christmas. Let me look it up real quick.
I think it is too, because you have that one on reserve. All right. So for all of you who just like Ted and Tina and Sunshinery and Nikki that are just getting into this, if you want to watch one this week, watch White Christmas, if that's what we're going to cover. And then you'll feel more a part of it as you get used to the series, I think. But it won't disappoint. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it, but it's going to make you think one way or another. It's going to get to you,
That is
like
true.
this one. This one got to me in a really happy, and some of you may know, I wasn't in the happiest of fucking moods, I'll tell you that. But this one brought me joy back. So thank you, Charlie, for doing something good for a change to me instead of fucking with my head. So, thank you,
And this
Charlie.
one, I think, messed with my head the most. So.
And I'm sorry about that, JC. I am sorry.
Oh,
I
no.
am sorry.
I knew what I was getting into. I've seen the episode before, but still,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't want to.
Yeah, but again, every time you tell me, yeah, go do that one, it's light, it's fun, and then boom, you're over here all like, oh my God.
I think this is getting me back worse than Metalhead did, for sure.
Oh my God, Metalhead was rough, and the other one when you said, it's light, let's do this one, and I'm like, what?
Playtest.
What? Oh my God, this is not light. Like, how many times did the guy die? And I'm like, again? Like, oh my
Maybe
God,
like 4 or 5.
like no, yeah,
and
but
4 seconds, right?
yeah, but this is actually the friend I watched this with said this was his favorite episode. Besides the first one we did, which was the memory one. What was the name of that? Everything About You, or The History of You?
Yes, the history of you.
Yeah. Oh, The Complete History of You, right? The entire or The Complete History of You.
Entire history of you.
Yeah. Yeah. That was his favorite episode so far. These two. And I'm like, oh man, Nosedive was one of my favorites, actually. And even though I'm tortured by those damn bees, even though I'm still traumatized if I hear an insect wing, like I'm not going to be happy with flying insects for a long time. But that episode of what was that, Hate in the Nation, that one I really like. That had everything for me because it had plot twists and drama and technology and relationships.
Really, it kept your interest.
And I like that kind of stuff, because I fall asleep to like live murder mysteries and shit. So
all right, so I'm not the only psycho.
Well, I used to. I don't anymore. It's been quite a few months since I fell asleep to something like that. But I used to watch it constantly. Kind of warped me. Yeah.
It's kind of easy to do. I agree. Always Grateful. White Christmas is good, but dark.
Mm-hmm.
That one made me feel claustrophobic. I'll just say that.
So why do you want to go there next week? Maybe you want to pick something lighter since I traumatized you. I don't know. Because once you say it, we got to stick with it. I know what it's Black Mirror. What's lighter? Like, let's just go for what level of mental trauma we're going for this week.
Is this level 8? I need to see my therapist after watching this, or is this like level 5? Maybe I can cry in a corner, but then I'll be okay a couple hours later. Yeah. Which level?
Oh no! Always said she saw an article today that's shown the Bostonian robots they are testing with cleats on their feet. So I guess maybe they can climb now. Oh no! That would not be good, and that would have been terrible in the Metalhead episode.
What the hell is the purpose of a robot wearing cleats?
So it can climb trees.
God.
Because remember, it couldn't climb the tree to come after her.
Well, that was only because the one leg got pinned in the car accident and he had to take that part.
I don't know. I don't know.
Are they going to play soccer?
I don't know. Maybe the cleats are so when they walk on your head, they get a good traction. I don't know. But Always also said, I wish he did do a sequel and he would bring other characters from other episodes and delve into them more. That would be good. Give them all the redos. Like maybe the guy from that first one that we did with the memory, giving him a redo with his wife where he doesn't watch her cheat on him. That would be good. Like, I would like to see that. Like, make the right decision to not force her to show you.
Especially with all the episodes they've done with, like, consciousness. And
yes.
it being that you can, like that one lady said, you can into the cloud. Sounds heavenly. I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh, Nikki said her husband said that
Gross.
the reason they need cleats is so they can run faster.
That's
That
so
makes
stupid.
sense, actually. That makes sense.
Why?
Oh, hi, Mrs. Cassandra. Thank you for dropping
Hey,
in.
Cassandra.
I know you probably didn't watch the episode, but we're glad you're here anyway.
It made me cry.
JC's upset
And it
because we
made
emotionally
Claire
traumatized.
happy.
Yes, I giggled, but not at her tears. I assure you, I didn't know she was that upset. It actually, I found joy in this episode. I did. Just the
There
idea
was joy
of,
in it.
oh my gosh, just the idea of being able to go back. Oh my God, and
So
just
what
feel
would
that
you do?
again.
Where would you go back to? What time? What would you do?
Late 80s,
Who would
90s,
you
and
do?
I'd shag my partner in a second. I can't wait to see him dressed like that. I would shag him. I would spend my first 5 trips at 5 hours just shagging my life away. And then of course I'd go see what the surroundings were like. But yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Important step first.
no, because like he's so interesting, and I'm sure as when he was just that interesting when he was younger too. And I want to find out like how creative he was and how bright. And I'm being honest. I hope
Oh,
he
don't make me
if
cry again. Always grateful. Sorry,
oh,
I'm distracted by the chat and the feelings. I don't like feelings. I did like his use of this song, "Heaven Is a Place on Earth." Made me
I love
realize
that.
we need to appreciate and live every day that we live, which is
You,
very
and you're
true.
absolutely right.
We all think we have.
We do.
What is the famous quote? Something about the problem with everyone is that we think we have enough time. I'm totally screwing up the quote, but
No, but we don't.
the
Right?
biggest
Time
lies
is.
that we tell ourselves. Oh my gosh!
Is
Let me
that though
Google
we
this.
have time?
I'm screwing
No,
this
it's
up.
that we'll have time to do it later. That later is something that we'll actually have because you don't actually know that. Like I'll get to
Yeah.
it later, but I have time to do that. Not now. I can do that later. Later may not come. That's true.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I think the biggest lie we tell ourselves is that we
No,
need to
I
have
don't
time.
blame you, Mrs. Cassandra. I don't blame you. Although I don't think this episode would have traumatized you. I don't. Well, I can't say that because JC had a different reaction. So, um, she would go back to her banging body so she can smell, taste a certain garlic man all day, every day. You see, Nikki knew the answer before I even said it, didn't she? You know me well, girl, but I'm not one-sided. I really want to see what he acted like and thought, and the things that he was, what his hobbies were at the time, and the things he was interested in. Like it's more than that. Although he probably looked really hot, I'll admit. Like I would like to see that, but yeah,
I guess I
it's
would
more.
like to see what my husband is like with hair. That
There you go. Right, that would be interesting, right?
Although one of our children has seen a picture of him and was like, "Ew, that's weird."
Yeah, because it's not her da, right? It's like that's not my da. He's got hair. Like who's that? He's not my da.
No.
I get that. No, I get that.
And,
But I do understand what you're saying because yes, I would like to go back, and that is a nice part of it. Thinking about meeting somebody that you know now and what were they like back then, and seeing trying to really showing them a younger side of you when you were full of more life or this or that, or things were different when you weren't like settled, and you don't
think I
know.
would take more risks, believe it or not, even though it was still the same level of hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I was way too serious and like, okay, I got to do this. I got to be well, I wouldn't say serious. I was too responsible, even though I did extracurricular activities, but
Mm-hmm.
I never like took a huge risk and like went and tried out for Broadway or went and lived in the city by myself, or
I could see you doing karaoke, driving fast in that Jeep.
Yeah,
I could see you running on the beach skinny dipping. I could see you spending your 5 hours doing all kinds of outrageous
I'd be
stuff.
more
Yeah.
irresponsible, I think.
Because you're freer. It's only 5 hours. I mean, you don't
and
get
there's no
judged.
consequences, right?
There are no consequences for the 5 hours. There's the ticket, people. That's what I'm talking about. That's the beauty of it. It's 5 hours of redo with no consequences. Nobody gets to come and say, you cheated on so and so, or why did you do this, or you're dropping the ball on that, or where's that
But they kind
project you
of
were
did,
supposed to
though,
do?
right? Like that guy talking to Kelly, like we had something, and she's like, no, and she tried to
She's
do
like,
that
no,
again to Yorkie.
she said, no, because she said, like, for him, he was looking for something. She's like, dude, it's 5 hours. I understand her concept. And he was a little like, who comes at you after 5 hours like that? Wasn't a long-term
Yeah,
thing she
that's a
had with
little
him.
stalkerish. It's a little creepy.
It is, right? Like, I'm sure, I'm
But
sure we're
she
going to,
accepted that behavior from Yorkie. Yorkie went to different time periods to find her.
because she felt it. Because she felt it with Yorkie.
True.
Okay. All right. That was different. They bonded on a level. They had more in common. They had
That
unexplored sexuality. They had
true.
regret. They had unlived life between the two of them. They had more that, I'm speculating here because I really got into that dynamic of the relationship, how they were parallel but not. Like she didn't live, but she did live. And yet they still had all this in common. All of this,
True.
and
And they even had, like, think about it too. One of them could have really passed away a lot
all right.
earlier than that. So they just happened to be actually in the for real same time period,
Mhm.
just to drive away from each other. Like, what are the chances in that? Because that would have been way a little harder to accept, I think, if it was um, someone in their 80s and like a 20-year-old. I would have been like, I don't know if I can continue watching this.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
little,
I know. Createful says she's in her feelings, but not all bad, so she's good. So that is good.
good.
Here you go. Are y'all trying to see what you didn't see? No, before you sign that marriage license. I hear you, Nikki. Oh,
Should
and then
I have done this?
this one's especially for you. And you might even get crazy sometime and try some of that pineapple pizza, the DoGood
The
letters.
thing is,
No way.
said this before, I have tried it. All of you
And
think
it's
I
gross.
don't like it because I haven't tried it. I have tried it. It's disgusting. I'm the one who's not in denial.
No, we
It's
are not in denial. It's
disgusting.
good shit. No, it's
No,
good. All right. Reagan
disgusting.
says, I would love to go back to my childhood friendships and redo them or something like that. I have bad friendships and I don't get out of them at all. Okay. It would
Interesting.
be great to have a redo. I agree with you. Just having that redo, you know,
Yeah.
um, I don't know.
Or
I
even just experiencing the same thing again if it were pleasant.
Exactly. Mrs. Cassandra says she met her husband when she 18. But you know what? Maybe just to go back and experience those good times you had together, either together or not. I mean, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like, here's the other thing. Did you notice that they were the only couple?
Oh, well, yeah. It did seem like everyone was just kind of, everything was really
Always.
casual there.
Yeah, always grateful. Help me out here. Did you notice also, no matter, that they were the only couple, everybody else was single or single like, looking for
Hmm.
somebody, trying to hook up with somebody, dancing alone or together. But there was nobody holding hands, hugging, sitting together.
That is true.
It was like hookup central. Now, maybe that was just where Kelly kept going to because that's what she wanted. Like maybe there are other places that are not as hookup-ish, you know?
I'm sure you got to think of it. Okay, coming to the people who's ever selling this to people, like they've got to have brochures or something. Like this is what it's like. This is you can go here. You can be here forever. You can,
Right.
I don't know. Maybe there's places where there are multiple geographic locations. Like you can go
Mm-hmm.
between them. Who knows? So like this one, like a resort or something. Like you've got Sandals, which is, I don't know which one's which, but there's one resort
Mm-hmm.
that's more for just families, and then there's
Right.
one just for couples, no kids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like I'm sure there are different places
Mm-hmm.
where this is more of a just hang out, be young, casual, free
Mm-hmm.
forever. Maybe they could even go somewhere and choose to be the age that they actually are. Who knows?
Right. And you get to like pick like your era that you want to be in and this, the what you want. I guess you might even have to pick a card, and tick things off, because she had a beach house that she could go do the 5 hours there, or she could go to Quagmire, which was another hot mess, which was a really wild sex scene and anything goes kind of hookup kind of place, even worse than the regular bar. It was kind of scary. It was for adventure junkies. It was for pushing the limits. It was not where I would recommend going first.
Someone like getting punched or slammed into like a
fence or it was it was like an experiment, or pushing the limits. You maybe to explore things you wouldn't normally do. But still, it was a little more volatile than the other place, than the Tucker's was. Always says, you're right. It was a scene of one night stands. That's right. Tucker's was like everybody's favorite hookup place, or whatever it is. Mrs. Cassandra said, I wouldn't mind going back to when we met, and I wouldn't be so shy. See? Benefit. Still could be him, but it'd be a whole different game. Hot bodies and all that experience. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. They're going back to their youth, but they have their presence and experience of life with them. I would love to be able to go and be
for sure.
To have youth and energy and that hot body. I keep saying hot body, but I'm a woman of a certain age, so you miss it. You go back and have all that, plus the presence of mind that you earned all these years, your life experience. Oh, that's like a dream come true for me. I don't know about you guys, but I'll salivate at the thought of that. 5 hours a week to do that. That would be a blessing.
I mean, that'd be nothing, right? That's like watching Black Mirror episode.
Nikki said that's the dark side she's referring to, the eventual loneliness of boredom for not having real life hardships.
So
I see that.
Or Nikki or anyone watch a show on Amazon Prime called Forever. If you haven't, this kind of touches on exactly what she's saying. The loneliness and boredom of not having like real life hardships. Mm-hmm. It's definitely nothing like Black Mirror, but it's about the afterlife, and it has Maya Rudolph and Fred Armisen, I think is how you pronounce his last name. They're both comedians, very funny. Mm-hmm. They've got weird senses of humor. So it's definitely completely different than Black Mirror, but it has that kind of stagnant, like Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, you get to relive
relationships and being with your significant other, but it winds up being really good. I don't think they've ever made another season. There's just one season. It does leave you with closure, so it's not one of those where it's, oh my gosh, I'll never have closure, don't know if there'll be another season. It's really good, but it kind of touches on that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with the always grateful statement. We were hitting on this before, that Yorkie's best life was suppressed because of her fear of her family's impression of her, but she found her freedom. And Kelly finally decided to live her best life at the end of her life. These are the things they had in common, even though they had totally different lives. They both were repressed in their sexuality. They both brought the sexuality out of each other instantly upon meeting. Like there was no denying the chemistry. They just put it to the forefront there. Whatever, when you meet somebody like that, and then you just have these things that are in common and you bring it out of each other and you grow, and those are like beautiful things. And here's the thing, that's what I think, that if that relationship was possible, then we just didn't see the whole picture of what San Junipero is like, because we're only seeing the part that Kelly signed up for, the one night stands and the beach house and the red car. Maybe everybody gets to pick, and maybe most people just pick that they want to be like, they're coming out of marriage or a life of stability, and they just want one. Maybe everybody at Tucker's,
especially, I wonder if the party life people that are there just for the trial probably are a lot different than people that are there forever.
Listen, if you have 5 hours a week that you get to do whatever you want, are you going to pick stable wife, committed husband, and a dog? Or are you going to pick do whatever I want, multiple
Absolutely, husband. He's
partners,
probably listening to this.
experiments,
I
different,
absolutely would.
variety. If it's only 5 hours without consequence, come on. I mean, come on. That's where I'm going.
I would
I would.
probably, I can already think of what I would do. I would freaking know anything, unlimited money that I could spend on books, freaking old house somewhere, and interviewing psychologically messed up people and taking naps. That's probably what I do.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
very
right,
excited, I'm
Nikki.
sure.
Yeah, no, but Nikki's right. Wes was trying really hard with Kelly. He was trying to get the connection that Kelly had with Yorkie, and Yorkie had with Kelly. Like, he picked that he wanted to spend his 5 hours or eternity, because remember, 85% of them were dead. The other 15% were the 5 hour people,
Did
right?
it ever mention whether or not he was
I don't know,
silently
but
dead?
I think Wes, the way he was acting all bummed out that Kelly wouldn't get with him, I think
Yeah.
he was there all the time because he was waiting on her
He's
every
probably,
time she
yeah,
showed
like
up.
you said, bored.
So I think he was getting bored, and that's why he was trying hard for her so
Yeah,
much,
that makes sense.
because like, it also looked small enough that the 85%, he probably went through everybody and nobody picked him to have a relationship with
Right,
yet.
because
So
85%
yeah.
of how many people, right?
Right. It didn't look like it was that crowded to me. Did it look,
No.
so, but that's only one thing. I think, yeah, right, Nikki, he's part of the 85%, and he's bored now, and he wanted to hook up and have a real relationship, and she's a 5 hour person, and she's like, no way, dude, it was fun, but see you later. Like, bye.
I wonder if they had any way, like I would like to see more of an episode, but not really anything to do with their relationship. Like, I'm good, done, story over. Let's
Mhm.
move on. I want to know, again, I've got questions. Are you more for whoever created this? Like, okay, what am I signing up for? Are there different levels of membership, so to speak, or packages? Can I
Right.
bounce between places? What if I spend here 10 years and I don't want to like it and I want to go somewhere else? Am I locked into my decision, or do
No, you
I?
get to leave. You get to walk off and die and go to eternity. Yes, you do. They did
Well,
say
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
somewhere other than San Junipero, because remember, we think that they are different.
Kelly did. Kelly went to different. She went to 2002. She went to 1987.
She
She
went to
bounced
different
around.
times, but not different places. It was still San
Oh,
Junipero, was it not?
it was. And the
And the
whole
same
episode is
people.
just right. So it is still San Junipero, but it was different eras. And you're right. How limited is it? I don't know, but that looked like a big computer database to me. I would imagine it could accommodate. So,
That's
right?
the kind of stuff I would want to know.
Well,
If
Charlie better
he
get
could
to
do that.
writing that sequel then.
For me, especially, absolutely,
Oh
because
no,
he owes me for lying.
yeah, maybe you should email him and tell him he owes you.
I'm sure he would respond right away.
He might. You never know. He seems to be a little. He might. I don't know. Here's the thing with Charlie. Can we really know what to expect?
No.
So why not, Mr. Brooker? Hit us up. Hey, for all we know, you're listening.
You know what? I've never looked for. Is he on social media anywhere? Because that would be the weird. I just assume he doesn't.
I don't know. I'm a fan, but I did not go looking for him, so I don't know. I guess I could ask Google.
Ironic thing if he did. I almost don't want to know. I don't know. If
I don't know.
Know the answer to that, because I think I shouldn't.
I think there's a way to contact him by email through his publishing company or his production company or something. But I don't know. I could research for you, but I don't know if you want to contact
Charlie
him.
Brooker have a Facebook?
Yeah, we could Google. Does Charlie Brooker have Twitter? Is Charlie Brooker on Twitter? And then, and then you get catfished by somebody who thinks that who pretends to be Charlie Brooker.
I'm sure.
Tune in next week.
See that happening.
Tune in next week while JC and I go over White Christmas with Charlie Brooker or somebody like him.
Exactly. would be perfect.
Oh, Nikki
That would be
said
amazing.
Nikki said he's got a Twitter. He does?
I don't think it's really him.
I don't know. JC and I are gonna go find him. Link us, Nisi. Put it in the Discord. We're gonna go follow him. He has a verified Twitter. Thank you, Always Grateful. Why aren't we
Verified
following
by
him?
whom? The robot dogs?
I don't know. I don't know, but
believe
he's
it.
now gonna have 2 psycho fans following
He's
him after
probably
tonight.
dead and just he's walking around as a hologram and nobody's figured it out yet.
You know, I feel more comfortable with the idea that a hologram wrote some of these episodes than he did.
Right?
I actually do.
That is a little bit more comforting, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It is. It's a little bit. All right.
Speaking of comfort.
Oh,
I
gosh,
think we're
Gordon.
going to be... Oh, Gordon Ramsay follows him. Wow.
So we'll be in good company. Haters and psychopaths. This is good.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine Gordon Ramsay critiquing his episodes?
You know, maybe we should try to ask Gordon to come join us for the next one. No, now I'm getting crazy. You see, I'm overtired. I'm over silly. This episode brought me too much joy. I'm actually acting like an idiot.
Because worse, questioning my whole existence and crying is that it made you happy. If I had to sacrifice that, then I guess it's okay.
Oh God, I'm trying. I didn't,
Most people probably saw this as happy, and I did, especially the first time around. But I think the second time watching it, I really made myself go there and think the thoughts, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't like this. I guess because I knew what the episode was about, so I didn't have to sit there the whole time and try to figure out what the heck is really going on. Like, I knew what to expect and I knew the story. So yeah. Just
I don't know. I don't know.
But next week I'm definitely doing White Christmas. I'm gonna do my little comparison thing that I've got with an episode of Twilight Zone.
Oops,
I'll
that's
be interested to see if I feel like a lot of times you and I, which is great, but I don't think we get the same thing out of it or see the same similarities a lot of times. So I'll be interested to see if you see the connections that I do, or whether or not Charlie Brooker is lying to me again. So we're going to be on my side next time. Yeah, I don't think you want to be dreaming of this White Christmas sunshine. I'm just saying. Again, Black Mirror ain't so happy and cheery for sure. This is a fluke episode, this San Junipero.
Oh. Well. Ooh.
Hey, if you want to point me in the right direction, you're always grateful with any of your great insight. That'd be awesome.
I keep trying. I have not been able to fix this volume thing the whole time, so we'll see. Did you know you might keep the up and the down like thing, but that's okay. We're gonna put you're doing White Christmas for the next one, yes?
Yeah.
And then that's gonna be the same time the same on your channel.
Yes, same time, different back channel. We'll be over on my side next time. Over on the cheery dark side where we have happiness and murder.
Okay.
And thoughts of suicide. Not suicide, murder.
Yeah. I'm gonna, since StreamYard's not being that kind to us, I think we're gonna cut out. I know that I think Erin's doing a stream in a little while too. But that would be great always, because your comments on the episodes have been so good. When you give us that they're so insightful. We really appreciate how you participate back and forth with us with this. It's going to be really good. And I know White Christmas is actually really involved.
Heck yeah.
Gonna be looking forward to it. All right, well, we'll see you on Erin's channel later, and well, not on, but in the chats. We'll see everybody in the Chattersons, and then we'll see you. What do you have coming up this week?
The only I have Tuesday, I have an AITA, the always the am I the asshole,
Yeah.
with Nikki actually, and we're gonna do it Tuesday early afternoon.
Cool.
I think it's 3 p.m. my time. That's 2 p.m. Central, 8 o'clock UK, and some wee hour of the morning if you're from Australia. I apologize, but you could watch the replay. But
Awesome.
yeah, that's Tuesday, and then we have your book club. Of course, we're gonna do your book
I've
club.
moved it to
Yeah.
Thursdays because
Okay.
around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
Okay.
And probably before then, I'll probably be reading to myself aloud with some weird accent,
Mhm.
so I can
stay on track. But yeah, and then next Sunday,
Okay.
well, then next Saturday, you're back on with Mayhem, right?
Yes, I moved it, and I hope everybody's well rested because I bottled it all up last night, and I'm putting it all in with next Saturday, and
I
so
don't
it
want to
should be
know
a
what you
hoot.
bottled up.
Everything. I just bottled it all up. Just bottled it all up.
All the spider sex. Lord.
Oh, the spider! I know, actually, right? Sunshinery. We're looking for We're looking for tarantula porn and animal porn, duck porn, all of that stuff. But also, Sunshinery, are you hosting the YouTube panel
why
this week?
YouTube? Yeah.
Yeah, because if you are, do you happen to know the day you're looking at? Or we'll tell them, but if not, that's fine. You can put it in chat if you know. Otherwise, they'll just look for it. And then we're gonna do this again next Sunday, and that's it. Yeah.
Right, Christmas.
So on that, I will put the outro on. We'll see everybody. Yes, I thought so, Jackie. Cool. I will put the outro on, and we'll see everybody in chat. And for anybody that's gonna be over at Erin's for a while, she's streaming later tonight, also in an open. Her regular stream, but I think she's doing a stream on the missing girl, members only for a little while first. Yeah, but that's it. All right, so I'll see you over
everyone.
there.
Thank you, Claire.
Thank you, JC. I'm sorry that
I forgive you.
And I'm sorry, chat, that I couldn't adjust the volume appropriately. StreamYard's really messing with me tonight. There was a lot of internal problems I was having, but I try. We'll get there. It's a learning experience every time. Thank you, JC. I love these. I can't wait for next
Even
week.
if I cry, I love them.
I don't like to make you cry, but
you didn't. Charlie did, so you're forgiven.
I could just think about skinny dipping, and for 5 hours a week, and
true. I guess that helps a little bit.
It does a little. Okay, I'll see you when I see you soon.
Bye.
Bye all.